don't pick that life picked you. Welcome to Sit Down News, and before I begin, I'd like to mention our sponsor. Ratchet is a clothing company from the UK started by a young man with a vision, a dream, and determination. They have various prints and styles for men, women, and children. I'll include a link to their website down below in the description for this video. In a past video about Frankie Lastarino, I explained how in May of 1990, the Lucchese family was in disarray. Both the boss, Vic Amuso, and underboss, Anthony Gaspipe Casso, were under indictment for the famous Windows case. During this time, Gaspipe had two former police detectives, Louis Eppolito and Stephen Caracappa, on his payroll. The media named them the Mafia Cops, but Gaspipe had another name for the corrupt duo, his crystal ball. According to records, the Lucchese bosses paid Ippolito and Caracappa over $350,000 in bribes. So it came as no surprise Amuso and Casso were tipped off about their imminent arrest warrants. Both Gaspipe and Amuso decided to lam it in order to evade an arrest. Although the two split up, they managed to keep in contact through telephone calls and secret meetings. Initially, Al Diaco was placed in an acting boss position. However, the position was short-lived after he was falsely labeled a rat and marked for death. The fugitive bosses then implemented a ruling panel consisting of Sal Avellino, Frankie Lastarino, and Anthony Boat Barata. As previously stated, out of the two fugitive bosses, Gaspipe took on the role of a renegade. Sometimes egos take over, and in that life, this is when things become treacherous. Gaspipe formed his own faction of members loyal to himself, and became more paranoid as time went by. Being he was more hands-on while a fugitive than his counterpart Amuso, in his mind, he was the boss. A Lucchese member that both fugitive bosses counted on was Paddy Testa, the younger brother to Joey Testa. Paddy had the responsibility of arranging covert meetings and relaying messages within the family. And with Gaspipe's increasing levels of paranoia, he would in time suspect Paddy of playing both ends against the middle. With all the running around he had to do for the fugitive bosses, Paddy needed help, so he turned to his nephew, Freddie Johnson. As luck would have it, on March 15, 1991, the TV show America's Most Wanted aired an episode featuring Vic Amuso. But Vic would have 4 more months before his luck ran out. On July 29, 1991, the Lucchese boss and Freddie Johnson ventured out to the mall in Dickinson City, Pennsylvania. Vic would be making a telephone call that day. Making his call from a payphone, Vic didn't notice the young woman with the dirty blonde curly hair who appeared to be window shopping. On the other hand, Freddie did notice and immediately became suspicious of her. As the story goes, he urged Vic to end his call and pointed the woman out to him. Supposedly, Vic told him that they should walk out one of the stores that had a back door leading to the parking lot. They attempted to leave, but before they reached the store, the woman put her gun to Vic's head and threw him on the ground. A second agent arrested Freddie. In 2018, the first agent I spoke to on the Lucchese squad was a woman whose first initial is C. We met the next day at the FBI office. She was a small petite woman with dirty blonde curly hair. When I learned how long she'd been on the squad, I put 2 and 2 together. I said to her, "I heard you jumped my boss and arrested him." She shyly smiled and attempted to downplay the incident. Vic's arrest happened because the Lucchese squad received a tip to his whereabouts, but the FBI attempted to conceal that fact by crediting America's Most Wanted for Vic's arrest. The ironic part of this story is at some point after their arrest, Freddie Johnson was able to speak to Vic. He told him that whoever he was talking to at the mall was a rat who gave up their location. And Vic, being Cosa Nostra to his core, never thinking his friend, his brother, his underboss would ever betray him, and warned Freddie, "Watch what you're saying, that was gas on the phone." If you enjoyed listening to this story, you could hit the like button. You can subscribe to the Sit Down News blog at sitdownnews.com, and I appreciate everyone who has subscribed. Thank you. Well, just another example in the mob you never knew about. Hope you enjoyed the story. If you would like to subscribe to this channel, you could do so down below. If you would like to subscribe to my other channel, Unlimited Substance Podcast, I'll add a link in the description to this video.